Brews and Banter Podcast. Banter Podcast. Brews and Banter Podcast. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Brews and Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
To everybody is,
Does Delaware have an actual culture?
This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world. Politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that same. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia Peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Brewsing Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rock and the brew. Well, that be the fuel. And I'm your master of podcast, Rob G. And with me, as always, Legendary Brew Crew. Going on, Lou?
I am the master of one. What's going on, everyone?
We are
How you guys doing out there?
Shout out to 302 Yoda on the road.
Enjoy your vacation, sir. Enjoy yourself.
He's out here living his life like it's golden. I don't know.
I mean, he is of an age, so maybe.
Yeah.
You can live your life like it's golden at any age.
Yeah, for sure. I was just saying.
No, I was saying that was me talking to myself and flushing it out.
Gotcha. But this is episode 197 of Brewsing Banter Podcast, and that means we're only
closer, man.
2 episodes away before we get to 200 episodes. And if you are in the area that is Newark, Delaware, at Autumn March Beer Project, we will be recording live the 200th episode. Plus, there's a special beer release that we did, collab we did with Autumn March. So if you are in the area from 5 to 9 on March 25th, come through. You can go to our IG page and hit that link, the Eventbrite link, the reserve, because space is limited. We want to make sure that you can get up in there, because you never know.
Just RSVP, man. If you can make it a RSVP. If you can't make it, still shout us out anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure you listen to.
Thank you all. 200. Yeah, it's hard to get to 200 episodes. A lot of podcasts don't make it. One day you told me, Rob, like a couple percentages of us make it to 10. To just 10 episodes.
And I was just reading an article or something like that, and it was like, even though it says it's like 10 million podcasts out there, it's only like 250,000 that are actually active podcasts. So it's
wow.
It's still
and then on top, and out of, because like you said, they just go defunct after a while. People just stop. Like the grind and the consistency is more than just getting the mics and getting the microphone and the headphones. Is different. So
yeah. And before we get into because we do have a guest today, I just had to say, if anybody saw that Chris Rock live special on Netflix.
Nope, didn't see it.
I just had to say he flamed Jada and Will. Oh my
goodness! I can't wait to watch it.
That was all. I'm not going to ruin it.
Yeah, no need. We knew it was going there. People mentioned that he was going to mention them. So
I had read some places where he was saying he might not put it out, but he put it in.
Yeah,
he did not.
He took the initiative.
He did not hold back. All right. Well, before we get too far in, I do want to bring our guests on. Odell from Houston, Texas, from the Brew Bros. Let me bring them into the podcast.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on today.
What up, guys? Hey, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Absolutely.
You Houston famous, man. We have to get you on.
Man, Who told y'all that, man?
You did, man. You did what I was saying, and you humbly said I'm kind of famous in these craft beer Houston.
That sounds like some Kendrick Mayor got in y'all here, man.
Lieutenant Mayor still a good job, Odell.
He got in y'all here, man.
Lieutenant Mayor still a good job. You doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Well, before we get into it, we always like to know what everybody is drinking on. So, and we always start with our guests.
Okay, so
what are we drinking today?
So,
Odell, what are you drinking?
So for my pregame, I had this Angry Chair and Westbrook called Zeus Juice. It was like a fruited sour.
Okay.
And then now I am drinking.
Hold on, Odell. Let's stop right there. Mm-hmm. Your pregame, so that's done.
Man, I just had time to crack one.
Okay. All right. So what was it fruited with?
So it's got tangerine, pineapple, cherry, coconut, some lactose, and marshmallows. So it's like a little tropical day.
Tropical day with some s'mores.
Yeah, a little s'mores action.
Yeah, that sounds good. What's the ABV on it?
This is only, I think, 4. Let's see. Yeah, 4 points. No, 4. Yeah, just 4.
Okay.
Little light juice.
All right.
And of course, now I'm drinking Live Oak Pills. You can see the can. Mm-hmm. So this is a classic Texas brewery, one of the best.
Okay. Is that the pills right there?
All right.
Yeah, this is the pills.
Okay.
I'm about to hit it with a refill here in a second.
No doubt.
All right, Lou, what you drinking on?
I'm at Human Robot today. That's a brewery in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They have a beer they call the Tin Hoagie. It's just a regular lager. It's great though. It's really fresh, refreshing. This is what it looks like in my Human Robot little glass. See the bubbles and effervescence of it all. It tastes good. It tastes just like how a lager is supposed to be. Nice. Pass me another. Oh, yeah. I don't know ABV. I do know that it was canned November 21st, 2022 at 10:55 p.m.
Wait, they put a date stamp on there.
They put a date in the timestamp. I don't know if y'all can see that.
I've never seen the timestamp.
This was a 300. This is a commemorative can. Like this is a collector's item.
Hey, that's a little.
You know what I mean? Like if and when Human Robot becomes the #1 most popular craft brewery in the country, hold on to your cans because they number them. Who knew? Now we do.
All right.
Hey, Rob G.
Yes, sir.
MP Rob G. What would you be drinking on this week?
I'm actually drinking from, and I think you had this one from Attic Brewing. I have the Prolonged Forms. It's their table beer from Attic Brewing. It is 4.4%, so it's something light as well. I feel like I've been drinking all weekend, so this actually works.
Yeah, me too.
They got their signature cat on the can right there. They always have cats somewhere on the can.
Put that up a little closer.
Their cat,
just
right
the
there.
cat part. Okay,
right there with their
cool.
But yeah, there it is, the Prolonged Forms, and it is it's definitely crushable. It's a light German malts, easy drinking, something like I said, 4.4%, so you can drink all day if you would like.
You said that's a table beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the ABV. That's a little bit high for a table beer.
That is true.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, that must be an imperial table beer.
What's normal, guys? What's a normal ABV for a table?
Like 2%.
Oh, shucks. Maybe so 3. Just a heavy
water.
Or something you're supposed to drink like yes, I think they drink it as water at one point because of like what was it, the plague and stuff like that. They saw him with the
before they realized that it was bacteria in the water. Is that what you mean?
Well, no, when people started dying, I think from water, they started boiling it and making beer, and that's what you drink. Beer, wine, and stuff like that's where you start drinking at the table. I think that's where it kind of came from, where you started drinking at the
to make sure everybody's hydrated in the family at the same time.
Yeah, hydrated and didn't have the little friendly amoebas in your whatever they are.
Not the bad ones, the friendly
or the bad ones.
Osmosis Jones. Put the Osmosis Jones up in you.
Yeah,
not the other ones.
Right, they wanted the bad ones to stay out.
But sidebar, just shout out again to Attic Brewing for hosting their Black History event a couple weeks ago, and continue doing good things. That beer is really good. I will pass
so I'm
you
gonna
another
say
on
pass
that
you
too.
another as well. Definitely something I can drink. Say St. Patrick's Day. You can start drinking early and keep it going all day.
You're
Something to that effect.
gonna diet green? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have to put some food coloring
I
in.
guess you could.
I mean, why not? St. Patrick's Day, do it right.
I just don't want any like actual beers that are like minted, like using mint in there.
I'm not a mint flavor guy either. Like, only type of mint flavor I like is mint.
Yeah, man, it tastes like my lantern.
Yeah, I don't want that.
But what if it's like a fruited sour? Would you take the mint then? No,
that's not fruit.
I'm gonna pass.
But I'm not like the fruited sour. Like they were doing like a mojito type of sour.
Hey, that might could work.
Okay, I think I've had a mojito beer before, so yes.
Actually,
there you go. Yes, but not if mint is the dominant.
Yes,
if we're just doing mint, it's a mint beer. Like, what are we doing?
Mint julep beer. I meant julep beer. No,
I don't like mint juleps. I don't like mint. I don't like mint juleps. But I see what you're trying. I don't. But like I'm thinking Christmassy now, like a candy cane beer. But I wouldn't want that. I would try it though. I would definitely try it. But maybe that's why we don't see a lot of mint beers. Maybe they're not what people want.
I think now I gotta look into a mint julep beer. Though I think that's something. I think that'd be hitting, especially around around this time, starting
Kentucky Derby time coming up.
Yeah. All right.
10%, guys. Don't. Y'all heard it here first. Don't do it.
I don't know. They might have already had a Mount Julep.
If you look it up and they don't, it's ours. I'm saying that now.
Trademark.
That's what we heard right here. It's time stamped and everything.
Anybody who want to collab with us, hit us up. We were gonna make it.
Right. We'll reach out to y'all though about that beer.
So that's two trademarks, man. You got the Pike Syndicate. Now you got this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm working, man. We be out here working. I can't wait for them to try to pick it. And I just email them, hey guys.
All you gotta do is get the really good website, because then it's like
Yeah. How much you want to pay for this site?
Yeah. All right. Well, we all got some good beers that we drinking or have drank.
Sure. Or have drank, yes.
So we want to get right in to what Brew Brothers is, but before we do, Odell, would you want to introduce yourself, like who you are, how you got?
All right, so
stuff.
I'm Odell, Brew Bros here in Houston. So basically, man, how I got into this space was one of my friends worked for a distro, and one day he just brought over some beer from work, because they got beer, every month they were giving the employees beer, and it just so happened to be like a local craft brewery here in Texas, in Houston actually, and he brought it over to the fight party, so we tried everything. So we tried it, and we were like, okay, this is different. This not Bud Light like what we normally will be drinking. This is probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And once we realized, we started looking at the can like, oh, this shit's made here in Houston. Man, we could go. So we started going to the brewery, and then from then on, start meeting the other people. They're like, man, y'all go to this brewery. That brewery sucks. Try this one. So it just started, it just snowballed into what it is now. Like, your palate changes. You start drinking, better quality beverages, and you just elevate basically.
What beer did they bring to that fight party?
So it was Eighth Wonder Dome Foam.
Oh, you remember exactly.
Yeah.
What kind of
in my life?
I don't remember the actual beer style that is, but that brewery is still open. It's here in downtown.
So they don't make the beer anymore.
I'm not sure because I hadn't been there in a long time, and we always in that area, but we never go there.
Is that when y'all were in that brewery a lot, and somebody was like, "This brewery not the best. Go here."
Well, not only that, it was more so like, okay, well, we have this one. Now we have all these other ones.
Yeah.
Let's go see what what they look like.
How many breweries can you say is in like y'all metro area, like on average?
Man, we probably got. I want to say between 60 and 70. Like, it's a lot of breweries here.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so you just get in the flow.
Yeah.
And it's like I get back to that brewery when I can.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I got you. Is that style still like it was so intriguing to you guys that it made y'all go to the brewery? Is that still like something that you look for?
It wasn't actually the style, it was the fact that we didn't really know that beer was being made here. It was like, oh shit, like we got breweries, let's just go to them and find out what we like.
Okay. So when you got to go ahead, Rob.
No, you got it. No, I was just going to ask in terms of, so when you once you started experimenting, did you come up to a favorite style? Like what became your favorite
that was the same
style?
question.
Man, so the style,
same question.
For a long time, I was like, man, I'm drinking nothing but IPAs, man. Like that was for a long time. But then again, you start meeting different people and they're like, hey, try this, or you should try that. Again, your palate changes. It's rare that I drink. It's really rare that I drink an IPA now.
Wow.
Because everybody makes them, they pretty much almost all taste the same. Now, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of like quality ones being produced right now. Like shameless plug, my shirt. This is a beer that we did, which was an IPA with the Pint Exchange and one of the breweries here called Astro. They actually released this beer like 4 times.
So the moon.
Yeah,
so that must have been nice. It must have been a good recipe.
Yeah, it was a hazy.
It's a great name. It's a great name for sure.
It was a hazy man. Like that one really set it off. And then from there, I started getting into like stouts because the mayor pulls up. He got a whole bag of like 12 to 14% stouts, like pastry stouts. So I was on a pastry stout kick for a long time. But it's hard to drink those because you got a big ass like 750, and it's like, man, you gotta have a share. So Brew Bros started doing big ass bottle shares, and then it just like started taking off. Like,
all right. So speaking of that, what exactly is
Brew Bros? Take us back to that. What is this?
So Brew Bros is basically it's a brand, but it's also more so just a hobby brand. Like it's not like hey, this is a business, we making X amount of dollars. Like it's a fun brand. Like just for me, it's a hobby. And as long as I'm having fun doing it, that's when I can make some cool things happen.
Okay. Because I see it has almost like a I don't want to get no copyright infringement, but it has like a
the Mario,
like
Mario.
Mario.
So that's definitely the Mario font.
Right. Okay.
It's super relatable, man. How that came about was so random. Like one of my partners, the original brother Marcus, we were just talking one day, and I just was naming like all this random stuff, and then he was like, "Hey, man, my designer guy's coming over." The next day, this man had like 4 logos, and they were all in that font. So we just ran with it, and his background was in like t-shirts. Like he had a t-shirt company. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, we about to do like a t-shirt. And he was like, nah, bro, we doing pint glasses. And then we dropped the pint glass, and it just like kind of like took off.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So you said it's Brew Brothers, so it was like I guess a collective at one point, or
yeah. So we started off with 4.
Okay.
2 people moved, and then now it's Marcus and myself.
All right.
So it's y'all making. I'm still confused on what y'all do. Like y'all making pint glasses,
man,
y'all having bottle shares.
Yeah, man. Just like so, we also we were modeling it as a event brand. Like we were doing like a lot of craft beer events. And one of the bigger events that we had planned was going to be a sour social with one of the newer breweries here in town, and that's when COVID happened in 2020. So we were counting down the days. We're like, man, we got this event coming. Like the brewery's locked in, the brewers locked in, like sour social basically, right? Then, like I said, COVID happened, and nobody knew what it was. So we said, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to cancel this event. So that put everything kind of like on pause. And then I started like, okay, well, can I learn more about the brewing process? Can I do some beer collabs? Like I'm huge on collabing. Like that's pretty much like the basis of what the brand is. Like let's collab or let's connect and let's make some things happen. Because if you notice, like a lot of my projects are all collab.
Right.
Like it's not. I never try to do something to where it's just like, oh, that's a Brew Bros thing. Like it's only Brew Bros. Like, and I think a lot of it comes from people not understanding like there's strength in numbers. Like the more people that you can have involved in a project, the further it will grow.
Right.
Like we did a beer one time. We had like probably like 6 different groups all involved in this one like project. So I think stuff like that makes it more fun for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you were speaking about collabs and like how they come together. Well, and I guess speaking about collabs, like how do they come together? Because I did have this collab.
Man, so
I think I said earlier, but 15.7, I couldn't drink it on air.
That's a drink that off the air type beer.
That beer, man, you're gonna have to like share that one. So how that one particularly came about was the head brewer, his name is Eric, and we know Eric through he's also in a homebrew group called Wood and Bus with himself and a couple of other guys that I knew them as well. And we did a beer. We did the Black is Beautiful. Along with Pine Exchange, we did like the Black is Beautiful homebrew. Now I can't say we had one of the dopest labels, but I don't think the beer came out like how we wanted it to. And so later down the line, Eric hit us up like, hey man, we got to do something, let's do something at True Anomaly. So I'm like, well shit, that's one of the most popular breweries here in town. So no question, we down. And he was like, well, we got some stouts coming out. I know you like stouts. Let's do something different. Let's do a barley wine. So man, whatever the brewer say we doing, bro, that's what we rocking with.
Okay.
So
the barley wine's a good one. I mean, you can expect that. I mean, I expected a high ABV when he said barley wine, but you definitely.
Then the fact that it's not like anybody else really in town is doing that style too. So it was just like a win-win. Like,
well, speaking just in terms of the collabs, like you just explained how that one come out, but how do the collabs normally come out? Like, how do you say, well, I want to collab with this person, and then do you reach like even if it's another organization, then the brewer, like how do you come together and decide on what kind of collab you want to do?
Or even more specifically, like you talked about that it was 6 different entities into one collaboration for a beer. Like,
man, so a lot of it starts.
Talk about that. Like, about that one. Like, that's a lot.
This one started on Insta, man. Somebody posted something, and we were just tagging the brewer, talking shit to the brewery, like, "Hey, let's collab." And then he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." Another group jumps on, like, "Hey, man, don't forget us." Pine Exchange, like, "Hey, we want to do it." Man, so it just came together. It originally was supposed to be like a 5-beer project, but like we really only did the one for whatever reason. And so, I mean, it come together so randomly. Like that one for sure was like just off IG alone, because you already know the people, and you get to talk shit, and people going back and forth, like, yeah, let's do it. So then finally they were like, man, just put something together on Zoom. Everybody jumps on Zoom. Ideas are shooting back and forth. Man, we even had what's funny about that one is we even had a restaurant here was a part of that collab called the Breakfast Club. And so we used their waffles. Like they made waffles that morning and brought to the brewery, and we used those in the brew. We did a stout. And it was called Humbled and Humble. And so it was cool. Cool collab, man. It pretty much included like all the big dogs in the city, plus our partner from Austin, the Brew Brother.
Okay. Shannon, right?
Yeah. Shannon was in there. So, yeah, man. It was a fun time, man.
That's all right. I was thinking somebody was reaching out to people, and people was like, "Yeah, I'll be there. I can't be there," and stuff like that. And it just was like that. But that's organic, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's like organic, but then on the back end, like I go to a lot of breweries, and then I'll be like, man, let me meet this person, that person, networking. Sometimes I might hit them up like, hey, can we do this? I might have an idea in mind. And a lot of times your reception going to be like, a lot of times they're going to tell you, yeah, especially if like they know you, they see your following. It's pretty much like, what can you offer this brewery?
Right. I get that.
But I get a lot of no's too. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people are like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" Like, nah, we good. Like, man, we ain't responding. Like, you sliding in the girl DM. Hey, we ain't even see this shit.
Yeah,
that's where you post them. Like, yo, these cats ain't even respond to them.
We don't do that either. We get some no's as well.
But my philosophy is this, bro. All they can do is tell me no. Like, what's a no? What's a no gonna really mean? You said no.
And my personal experience with this is like the no's don't say no; they just don't respond.
That too.
Like it's very rare that somebody come out and just be like, "Nah, I'm not fucking with y'all." It's just like a time commitment schedule thing. Like if they don't want to fuck with you, they just don't. They just ignore it. Yeah, they just don't respond.
Yeah, and they don't want that response DM. Yeah. They don't want to.
What you mean? I can't believe this. I've been working hard.
Yeah, I'm in that stage right now. I sent 2 like mails off, right? Like one of them was just like randomly, I had been to the brewery. Hey, I like this place. Let me hit it up. Another one was they hit me up saying, I guess they use like a marketing company, and they hit me up and they're like, hey, can you come to the brewery and we'll give you some beer and a tour. I'm like, no, I don't need no beer or no tour. Y'all want to do something with me, put a collab on. And so that was my response, and now they just haven't said nothing. So I guess that's a no, but it is what it is, man. Like, I already been to the brewery. I don't have to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I tell you what I need, not what you want to give me.
Hey, like, come do a tour. I know how a brewery look, bro. Like,
it's probably not gonna look too much different. Y'all got different stickers posted up, but it's the same system. Yeah.
Oh, maybe they wanted you to get to meet them, and then you could talk directly in their face.
That's true.
I can talk directly to your face about the collab, and I'm coming with the. But they already, like you said, though. At this point, I'm just assuming. But at this point in your career, they already knew who you were when they're reaching out to you. So a collab has to be in mind. So when I say a collab, you already know that I'm the collab guy. I'm the collab man. Houston, Texas, Nate Dogg.
I'll refresh my mail later. We'll see what's happening.
So now it's just the two of you gentlemen. Like, is there? I want to. It's not like a membership, right? Like you don't.
Nah. It's just all random, bro. Like it's really like I came into it. We did like business planning and all that, but then I was like, man, I didn't get into this to really go for money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a fun thing. And so there's ways to make money. I've seen some money from this, but this isn't like, man, I gotta make sure like we selling out events and all that stuff. Like I said, as long as I'm having fun doing it, that's the important thing for me.
Right.
Like if I'm not having fun, bro, people might not hear from me for like 3 months because I'm chilling. Then all of a sudden I drop a beer on their ass and they're like, damn, like how did he do this? Like I said, I go dormant for a while just because, like I say, it's just hobbies.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you still throw events besides doing the collab? Not just the events for the collab, but do you like throw beer bottle shares and stuff like that now?
Yeah. So we haven't done a bottle share in a little while. For whatever reason, I think like that kind of got played down a little bit. A lot of the breweries now are like, well, we're not sure we can, our insurance and this and that, but the bottle share is the easiest thing to throw. And I'm thinking about just doing like another big one. Cause like when I started out the gate, I threw a huge bottle share and like a shitload of people came and I was just like surprised that many people came to it. Even the brewery was like, damn, you know all these people? I'm like, shit, I guess so.
Are your bottle shares normally at breweries?
Yeah. And so a lot of times they are either at a brewery or like a beer shop. Places like that are okay with taking on that risk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, how many people want other beers in their actual?
Then that part too is like they know we doing that anyway. Like, not necessarily, maybe not like a bottle share, but if I show up somewhere, I most likely we'll have some beer and just get the okay to you get the okay to share. My friends over at Beer Chronicle Houston, they actually wrote an article about this. About all the breweries across the city that are okay with you sharing and the processes of like how do you share. Not necessarily throwing an event, but okay, hey, this is how you check in and this is how you do it at this particular brewery.
Okay. Because I don't think I've ever been to a bottle share at a brewery before.
Yeah, I mean, our first one started at a friend's house. Like, hey, man, we
yeah.
All these people show up to your house, and we do it. We did a lot of house parties, man. Like a lot of that kind of thing too. But there's certain breweries that want that smoke. Like I've had a brewery hit me up, like seeing the pictures, and they're like, hey, man, why y'all come over here and do that?
Nice.
So again, it just depends on your relationships and where you go.
Mm-hmm. It seems like you just out here having a good time with in the backdrop.
I'm out here freestyling, bro.
yeah.
At the end of the day, like I'm out here freestyling, but this should be hits, man. It be hits. Like I got
sometimes a mixtape is a hit tape. You know what I mean,
tape, man. Like I think that beer. I think like that beer, you guys are gonna enjoy that beer. The reception of it has been like really good. Like people are liking it. I don't know if y'all are on Untapped. I don't really be on Untapped like that, but I think it's got some pretty good ratings on there. And then like the personal feedback that I've got, like, hey man, y'all did this, y'all. I'm like, man, I ain't do shit, but do the grain out, bro. Like that's all on the brewer, man. Like we gotta give our people his props, man. Especially being a black brewer, there's not a lot of those, so it's just like, man, this man really like put his neck for us. And he made it happen. Right. So we definitely grateful for Eric over at True Anomaly and even the whole True Anomaly staff, like from the ownership to all the people that work there.
That's what's up. Now speaking about collabs and stuff like that, now I know you had spoke about them. Is there one collab? If you could pick a collab that you if somebody said, you can collab with anybody you want to or anything, is there one collab that you really want to do?
Man, that's a good ass question. I wasn't prepared for this.
You the collab man. You the Nate Dogg. How you not ready for this question?
So I'm thinking, man, I don't want to just name one and then leave.
Name three. Name three.
Man, so name three right now, man. I am working on some things, so I don't want to really name.
You don't got to name them. Name the ones that's not in the works. Name the ones that's just, that's just
okay, not in the works. Yeah. So works being in the name, man. I would say Well Works out there in Greeley, Colorado. I feel like they make every style good. I have not had a bad beer from them. I think another.
Now you just get them at local bottle shops in Texas from them.
Nah, man, you gotta go to Colorado. You gotta go to Colorado, or you gotta somebody to send it, man. Like,
what part of Colorado you said? What city?
Greeley. So they're damn near in Wyoming. Hey, and that's crazy because the last time I went there, like if you if you travel with the mayor, he gonna rent a car and he gonna want to go every fucking way. Man, this man said, "Hey man, we going to Greeley." Man, I'm riding. Man, we get to Greeley. He like, "Hey man, let's go to Wyoming." I'm like, "Man, we ain't got time to go to Wyoming, bro." Like you got a whole event that we gotta drive back to Denver, bro. Man, we close, bro. Let's go to Wyoming. I'm like, man.
So how far is Denver, Greeley and Denver? What's that one way?
That's man, that would be some man. We would have to look that on the map.
Nah, I'll look it up. Go ahead. Y'all keep on talking. I got the background.
It's not, it ain't close. It's a
it don't sound nothing nothing from Denver is close.
Well, it's a decent drive, bro. And we just riding. Like it's a decent drive.
So. We went from Denver to Longmont to visit Outworld and Left Hand.
Okay.
And that was a hike.
It was a hike.
And then but in Denver proper, like it's like in Houston, it's a lot of breweries there, but then the outskirts in Greeley, it's probably 3 breweries in Greeley.
Yeah, it's only a few in Greeley. And then I guess while we on the topic of Denver, man, another one that I would have to pick, man, would be Bierstadt, because they make like some of the best lagers like that I've ever had. So for sure, Bierstadt. Of course, the classics, man. I really love Other Half. Like if I'm gonna drink a hazy, like Other Half will be one. Shit, Monkish back there in on the West Coast.
So you do got a list. You do got a
I got a
list.
little, I got a
Yeah,
little,
you know,
got a little list. You know what I'm saying?
He got more than 3.
So yeah, man.
It's an hour and 5 minutes with no
Yeah,
traffic.
see, an hour and 5, man. That's far to
Man.
me. Like, I don't want to drive
Yeah.
like 15 to 20 minutes. Like,
I'm
just a
back in the day that would be close, but now I'm only 15, 20 minutes too.
yeah, man. And,
15, 20 minutes. That's the round.
man,
Y'all crazy.
Unless I'm already in that area, I don't really want to drive further than.
So basically,
to.
you have to do 2 different things in that area in order to get to that particular brewery. Like I'm gonna go to Baltimore, but I'm gonna eat a crab cake and I'm gonna go to this brewery.
hey, that's a good play, man. That sometimes you gotta like, hey, while I'm here, I need to do this.
Right. Yeah. Let's knock out 3 birds.
So now that we talking about like collabs, man, how did you guys get y'all's collab? Like, how did they come about?
We just asked them.
Oh, shit. So y'all thought I had like a science to this shit, and y'all
like it's
man,
so funny too, man. Like we did so many shows and heard people just like we just asked them, and we were like, who we gonna ask? And we just never asked anybody.
Man,
and then we just felt like this was the perfect opportunity for us. You know what I mean? To get it.
I'm about to ask y'all next, man. How does Brew Bros collab with you guys, man? I know we doing the podcast.
Oh, we could. You want to talk on? You want to do it on air to make it legit?
Man, we gotta get a paper trail, man. It's big business, man.
Listen, man. There's so many festivals. There's so many beer. Like I've never been in Houston, Texas. Listen, come on, man.
So speaking on festivals, man, have you guys been to Barrel and Flow Fest?
Yeah, that's our.
We love Barrel and Flow.
Yeah, they know us. Yeah.
Okay. So did y'all apply to collab?
Well, we did. We did a collab last year.
Oh,
yeah, we did a collab last year.
Yeah, we collab last year.
So I missed y'all last year then because I was there. Like,
we definitely missed you. Yeah,
man,
for sure.
I actually did 2 beers there. Like,
wow.
Okay.
Which ones? Who'd you collab with?
So I got partnered with this place in, I don't even know what city it was, bro. They were called Tattered Flag. And my process was crazy because like the brewer got fired, but he still like showed up. He still like he still had everything ready. Like he was a stand-up dude. Like, but he was like,
hey man,
I'm not at Tattered Flag no more, but I already committed. I already got the stuff. Like he came, he pulled up. So what happened was he was already like starting his own thing. But he says his name wasn't on any of the paperwork. It was under his wife's name. But the brewery was like, conflict of interest, you know. So he's doing his thing, man. So shout out to Ya Brew. It's a it's a I guess like 90s theme.
Yeah,
90s theme brewery.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
They have an event soon. I just saw from Discovery. They just posted something.
Where are they at?
They're in PA. I don't know what city for sure. What city? But
they're not too far.
Are they close?
I think they're closer to Pittsburgh than they're closer.
They're not close. They're
not too far.
No,
they're like in the middle, I guess.
So that's what when we would go to Barrel and Flow, we would stop off over there.
Yeah,
either on the way there or on the way back.
So you guys get to drive to Barrel and Flow. Yeah,
it's 5 hours.
No, never mind. No,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, it ain't less than an hour. It's not less than an hour, Odell. It ain't on your timeline.
Hey man, y'all got these 200 episodes, man. Y'all got to get somebody to fly y'all out there, man.
Listen, man. Well, so we need to collab with Odell to find out how to get these plane tickets. Then that's what we need to figure out.
Yeah, we had the mayor, but Kendrick said you're the governor. So.
Yeah, that's I put him at Lieutenant Mayor Kendrick. I got him to get him the governor. He trying to get his plane tickets. He trying to get us flued out. Like, fly me out to Houston,
bro. You man, y'all get one of these sponsors, man. Like, you never know, man.
Yeah, you never know. You definitely
City boys
never know.
The fat flued out.
Again, man.
You said you had
all
two.
they can do.
All they can do. Two collabs, right?
Yeah, so we did 2 beers. We did a Pilsner and a like barrel-aged stout. Like it was
It was 2 with the same brewery.
Yeah, it was 2 with the same brewery.
Guy. Okay.
Yeah, the same guy. Like
I think
Yeah,
I
it was
might have
cool,
had
man.
that
Maryland
actually.
folk-
I
Maryland
had a
folk
lot
was
of beers. I gotta next time I go to a beer fest, I need
You gonna write it
somebody
down?
needs to have a menu. Somebody gotta have a menu of like
all like
what
a
beers have been
yeah,
brewed. Like
Like
that's
a
something that they
postcard,
could
or
do
like
right. Yeah, like right in the morning they could. Everybody that
Yeah.
come or the day before because you drop your
So,
beer off, especially at
they-
Barrel and Flow.
So they
You
did
drop-
communicate it, but I don't think, like you said, they didn't have anything.
It should
printed
be
out.
like when you
Yeah.
get your wristband, you should
Yeah.
get the card and they
Like
have all the
yeah.
list of all the
Hey, man.
beers, so you could rank them or like
So-
it should be it should almost be a contest.
So man, you need to, hey man, send that note today, man. Like, hey,
I
man,
got things in my mind and in the works,
'Cause you
man. I've
know-
been doing some things.
You know what's my
Yeah, send it
improvement
up
that
there.
I actually sent to them was,
What's that?
okay, you guys are sending out a template, right, for the labels. You know, everybody has that same label.
Right.
I didn't get it. So one of my like the can that we did, I had my own label. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Well, shit, I never got the labels." So then he sends it to me. I'm like, "All right, cool. Well, my other beer, we're doing a bottle, bro." So I was like, "Hey, you need to make sure you send out the template size for bottles too, because you know you might got some people who want to do a bottle." So
Right.
that was my
That's true.
like that was
I
one
got
of my,
another
like,
idea for that.
yeah, man. So that was
Well,
one of my
that-
ideas
what-
to, you know, help improve it. So
Well, that might be true too.
You
They
know
do
what?
have an app. Like Barrel and Flow does have an app, so maybe it is in there.
Maybe
I
it's
never
on
looked.
there. Yeah, because I was gonna
Yeah.
say maybe we need to get Crackham on that. Crackham need to
Yeah.
put that in his app. Like rank these beer fest, beer discovery, somebody.
Or
Yeah,
even if you
man.
just can click the one that you had, so you remember that. Oh yeah, I did taste
Yeah,
that one.
or
Yeah.
like even like go old school and give me the postcard with a little golf pencil.
then another
I
was
could just-
like, how do you get those beers home too? Because like, I ended up swapping, man. The person who did
So-
the other half collab, I was like, "Hey, man, just trade me some of these."
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
secret.
Or
That-
when you
that's the
drive,
secret.
you don't
Like,
got to worry
nobody
about that.
wants- Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you
man.
got cans, right? True. If you fly, you could travel with the cans as long
Yeah,
as
you
they
can. Yeah,
in
you
your
can.
bag.
Yeah,
you just can't carry them
You
on.
can just you can't carry them. You can just
So,
check
but
the
you
bag.
you gotta have a beer share at the end. Like as you walking through chasing the beer, like anybody who got a can, just tell them like, look, I trade you a can for a can, or just whatever cans you got left over, give them to me. Like when Devin did it like 2 years ago, and he brought a whole cooler back full of beer from different people. That was just like, I'm not
Allegedly.
flying, driving, or
Allegedly.
doing,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, man.
Allegedly, no, it happened. It ain't alleged. It happened. Everybody know what happened. They ain't gonna lie. He ain't going to jail no more. Those statutes of limitations got to be over. It's just beer.
They also
got to be
I know
over.
last year a lot of places put those beers in Mike's Beer Bar out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they.
Oh.
Yeah, any leftovers they didn't want to take back. Yep, for
So
sure.
that was also pretty cool, you know, for the locals. Like, oh, I couldn't make
But
it.
yeah, Odell, if you trying to do a collab with us, man, we just do a collaboration. It ain't like
Yeah,
you said, just ask.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely put that on the book. Man. We'll
I'm
figure
trying
out
to do one like once every 3 months or something like that. It like after finding out how easy it is at times, and like people just won't say no if they don't want to do it.
Right.
It's just like, or they not gonna respond. Just ask everyone.
Yeah. So I mean, especially too, if you guys have a brewery that y'all frequent the most, or you really like that you go to a lot, man, just just hit them up and be like, hey, man, they could. That's a podcast episode in itself. That's like I can see at least maybe 2 or 3 episodes from that. Like,
shout out to Dogfish.
Hey,
A lot of pressure.
If Dogfish putting the whole lobster in the beer, bro, I don't see no reason why they couldn't do a collab with you, man.
It don't. Yeah, man. Especially being local too. Like,
like you put a lobster in this, man. Y'all
They
got
should
it,
be
bro.
together.
Yeah, man.
That's weird. Right? Craft beer, man. Craft beer. Because they definitely did.
Maybe they'll do the Mount. They might do the Manjulo joint.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta get somebody in Kentucky to do that one though.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and tell y'all I cannot name a brewery from Kentucky. Now, I know bourbon. I know bourbon pretty well, but I don't know.
That's a good. That's a. How about that? Let me.
That might be some homework, man. You got homework now, man.
Like, what was happening?
What breweries in Kentucky?
I'm sure they have some.
Yeah, I mean they have to. Yeah.
Around
the way beer and craft
Lexington.
beer is going now, it's no way that there ain't at least 3.
Yeah, true. I just don't know any of them. And I'm sure they. And if I heard them, they might be like, "Oh yeah, I heard of that."
Braxton
before,
Brew Company,
nope.
West 6 Brewing, Wooden Cast Brewing,
Who's y'all's
Old
favorite?
Louisville Brewing.
Like, what do y'all drink like locally? Like that y'all are. Hey, this will be. This our go to like locally.
Locally, it's Autumn March where we did the collab at.
Yeah,
What we
Autumn
have,
March is
what we do,
dope.
Wilmington Brew Works, which is here as well.
I like
First
Crooked
State for sure.
First State and Crooked Hammock. First State and Crooked Hammock. They in the same city. They like damn near across the street from each other.
Oh,
right.
And remind everybody what kind of beer y'all collab is. I think
we haven't reminded anybody.
Yeah,
we haven't reminded anybody, Odell.
Oh, y'all haven't told the people what the beer.
No, we just have a beer collab. We just have a beer collab.
Oh man, so this
It
like
ain't even a hint. Man. It's not. It's a beer.
It's a whole mystery.
Yeah. I mean, I think we haven't decided on whether we're gonna wait until it actually comes out or till we can. Like,
I like that.
But it like I think we gotta taste it first.
I like it. Yeah.
But
we do know the style. We did it. It's brewed.
It's already done. It's in the barrels, in the things doing this thing.
And y'all
not in the barrels though. So
I said I was trying to throw them off the scent. Oh, is
it already named? You have a name for it?
Yeah, we brewed.
We got a name for
on Thursday.
Label is done.
So this is like top secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really.
Well, no, we just haven't. Yeah,
I like that because you guys can promote
build up the.
Yeah, you can promote it as that. Like, man, we just gonna this is how we're gonna promote it.
If you like the beer, you like the beer. If you don't like the beer, just don't say nothing. Drink it though. You know what I mean? Drink it and go on about your business.
Yeah, come out for the podcast and enjoy the beer release.
Oh, this is like a gender reveal, but for a beer.
Yeah, we're gonna have a beer. We'll have a beer reveal.
Yeah,
it starts at 5. It starts at 5. At 5:11, we'll have a beer reveal, and we'll let everybody start sipping on the beer.
You sound like another trademark, my man. This is like your third one here, man.
Yeah, look, I'm out. If people start paying me, bro, I'm never gonna have to work again. Like that's my collab, Odell. Like I give out gems every once in a while.
Yeah, with a beer
reveal. Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, go see if that's a website. Beerreveal.com.
Maybe
probably is.
Probably
somebody's on it.
Braxton in Kentucky actually did a mint julep beer. So they actually have done one.
That makes sense. That makes sense that they would have. That makes so much sense that a Kentucky brewery would have do a mint julep beer.
And I think somewhere in Maryland did one as well, but they retired in 2016. So,
oh man,
you never know.
But I want because of the Preakness. The Preakness the Preakness is in Maryland, is in Baltimore. So maybe that's why they did mint julep as well. Maybe. Yeah, that's part of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, so
I just wanted
to in New York. Then we'll do whatever
the Belmont.
Yeah, New York.
That dirty Belmont. We'll do the dirty Belmont. That sounds like something in the Urban Dictionary. The dirty Belmont.
Hey, that very well might be in there, bro. You might be saying something bad.
Yeah, I like a dirty Belmont. Nope, I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna say if I like it or not. I don't know what it is yet. I don't want to put myself in a predicament.
Too late. You already said it.
Like I heard you like this dirty Belmont. Let me show you what it. Oh man, I did tell him I liked it. Nah, but I wanted to tell you, man, like just in talking to you, like I appreciate how this is like been a real conversation. Like we actually you throwing us questions and things like that. Like you have a lot of good ideas. I could tell just off the top, and like, but you just let it flow. Like you just having a good time. Like how you said to us, I don't even talk about what beer I want, whatever the brewer or the people that are collabing want to do. Like you're just real free flowing, and it's like our podcast is supposed to be like that. So I could see how intermingled we will be in the future.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like,
just wanted to give you your props on that.
Enjoying myself on a Sunday, man. I normally would just be chilling, so.
All right, well there you go. I'm glad glad you can spend some time with us.
For sure. Odell, if you don't mind me asking, man, what do you do professionally?
So I'm a exec admin for Pepsi. I'm actually trying to go into the marketing side with them. So
okay,
I got my eye on a job over at Frito-Lay. I actually need to. My plans was to apply for it today, I already got the go ahead to apply, so I'm gonna probably do that later today.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. And look, put this on your resume. Put these Brew Bros on your resume.
Yeah, man.
Let
So
them know,
you know what? I was
who you are.
actually trying to figure out like how do I implement this because
That's the marketing. That's
Yeah,
you're
for
already
sure.
you're marketing your brand. You're marketing other breweries already. Like you could probably have one of
Collaborations
those
and partnerships.
Yeah,
and
all
Yeah,
that
sure.
stuff is like you have ins with breweries for Pepsi or for Frito-Lay or for whatever company
Yeah,
you want to
and
market.
you
got
know
local.
what's crazy is Pepsi started a distribution company called Blue Cloud, right?
Mm.
Because they did a collaboration with what's the Boston Beer Co.
Right.
So I don't know if y'all have seen it, but they did a Hard Mountain Dew, and that's made by Boston Beer Co. So Pepsi, in order to distribute, in order to distribute that, they said, okay, we got to make our own, distribution company for this.
Pepsi has so much money.
Man,
it's like, we're gonna do a whole nother liquid.
Yeah.
Get a distribution company for just that.
Also, like professionally, I have had a few beer jobs. Like I was recently at Modern Times. I was Houston's brand ambassador for a little bit.
Okay.
And when it got sold to Maui, I kind of like stopped working. I was just waiting to figure out like, am I being kept? So I originally thought I was because I got an offer letter, with the pay increase. I was like, oh yeah, sign this. Yeah, I'm down. More money. And then I didn't hear from anybody, so I'm like, man, who the hell do I even report to? And so I started reaching out to people, that I knew throughout the company, like even the guy that hired me. I was like, hey man, like what am I doing? And so he was like, man, unfortunately, man, I got to tell you, like, Maui's not keeping the part-time people. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Maybe we could do something in the future. So now I'm like side hustle list right now. So.
All right. That was
that was like
Maui.
that literally was paying like, oh man, this is beer money. I could just buy a beer with this, like buy drinks with this.
Right.
So yeah, it was.
So how many collabs have you done so far? I'm just curious.
Oh man, if I had to guess, I think like 7.
Okay.
You said 7?
I think so. I think it's 7.
Oh, I thought you said 7D.
Oh man, if I was at 70 right now, man, that
bro, I was like, what are you doing? What you mean?
I want to say 7.
7, okay.
Okay, so you still got 50.
I got a lot
more breweries just in Houston area.
Right, just in the Houston.
I got one that's in the works that gave me a brew day already.
Okay.
But then I rolled back. I was like, okay, that day works for me. What time? And I haven't seen the time yet. I have that on the play.
You have a Barrel and Flow collab yet?
Oh man, so I didn't hear back from them this year yet.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. Like, and that was going to be travel wise. That was going to be tough because I'm like, man, I don't want to have to go to Pittsburgh twice. Because I initially was like, if I got picked, I would like to be at the brew day, but just like travel wise, money wise, I'm like, man,
that was our issue. Our collab was in New Hampshire.
Oh,
Modest Man in New Hampshire, so we couldn't get up there any day.
So it was like, man, just virtual kind of thing.
Yeah, so we came up with like the name, the brew style, all that stuff.
And that's essentially what I did last year. I was like, man, these are the styles. I'll handle like the label designs and all that stuff. So it was a cool process.
So you got about 7. So
I think it's like I want about 7, and then I'm working on something in San Diego. Hopefully, I think they're meeting on like Wednesday. I'm like, hey, don't forget, like I'm not coming to the meeting. I won't be in San Diego till like April. So we actually going out there for the mayor's birthday. Like that's how you know, like you are like the guy. Like people traveling to another city for your damn birthday, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
is he the governor? You the mayor? Like,
you got a title. Like, don't act like you don't got a title. You keep acting like he's bigger than you, but you still have a title. Like you said, Rob, he can be the governor. You could be the mayor. I like you as lieutenant mayor.
I'm just in the entourage, bro. Like,
that's not it. That ain't it, man. When y'all both take a picture, both people get noticed. It seems like we need to take a picture with both of them, Rob. Like
Yeah.
we need to get in that picture.
That's crazy, man. We did like a photo shoot. Like I've been like, man, let's do another photo shoot, bro. Like
Look at you.
I need to get my following up if I stand next to you, bro. Of course, like we normally do a food drive every year too. Like
Right.
that's one of my events that I started doing like probably like
Good.
3 or 4 years ago. Like and it's usually pretty big. I don't know why I haven't done it this year yet, but I think I'm gonna start looking at the options for this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Is it
always
always around a particular time, or is it just
no,
whenever you?
No,
feel
it's
like
just
doing
whenever. So I'll tell you the time that it's not attached to a holiday, and
Okay.
and I typically don't attach it to a holiday because I feel like, man, people that need food from the food bank, they need food year round.
Yeah.
So the date doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, everybody try to do one during the holidays.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody gonna get a turkey.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna get a turkey
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving and
Then
Christmas.
too,
We got 2 turkeys. Yep.
Then too is like, man, I don't want to compete against anybody else's events.
Right.
Always check in like to make sure none of the other brands are doing anything at the time. Because then that way I can say, oh, y'all not doing nothing, come be a part of this.
And you can maximize
And you
the
can
the time.
maximize
The food and all of that. Yep.
Yeah, so that's usually a cool event.
That's a good
have.
idea. That's a good idea.
So
That's your 10% right there.
So I might put that back up at the top of the to-do list. Like, that's always a good time.
So yeah, so from what I take it, you do a lot of for beer and stuff like that. Is there a particular brewery that you like? So
travel purposes, I am just a traveler. I love to travel.
Okay.
I can say I hate driving. That's why I was giving y'all shit about driving 5 hours. Like the furthest personally that I want to drive is to Austin, which is about maybe like 3 hours or so. But even then, I'm like, man, just get me on the plane, bro.
Let me turn around. I'm ready to go back.
Just get me on the plane, bro. So then from traveling, like I already had that background to where it's like, man, I really like to travel. Okay, oh shit, I really like beer. Well, anywhere you go is gonna have breweries. So it's just like, all right, well, I know if I'm going here, I'm going to a brewery. Like the most frequent places that I would travel to that I would tie in beer would be Tampa. Tampa Beer Week. Tampa Beer Week is actually, I think it's actually like starting this week. I think Thursday. So I would go to that a lot because I'm an Angry Chair fan. I was drinking a lot of pastry stuff then. So, and they have a lot of.
I'm sorry. What was that brewery?
Angry Chair.
Angry Chair. Okay, I didn't hear you. Thank you.
So, Tampa Beer Week to me was probably like one of the best beer weeks that I've seen or that I've been to. And then as far as like another city I traveled a lot to would be LA, because LA has a lot of cool like breweries, and then you can shoot over to Anaheim. They got a lot of stuff there too. So, but as far as travel, man, I really like to just go everywhere, and I'll find.
Now, let me ask you this: would you drive from San Diego to LA?
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to drive. Like, I don't want to drive at all.
I can see. Like you don't even want. I feel like you don't even want to drive down the street.
Man, I don't, bro. Like,
you don't want to drive to the convenience store.
Then, like on a personal level, for me, man, I was involved in an accident to where it was just like, man, like this dude was just. I was in like not the fast lane, but the lane next to it. I look in my rear view, man. This dude is like flooring it. I was like, oh shit! I kind of froze. Next thing I know, man, this man clipped the back of my driver's side. I spun to the next lane. I get T-boned. I'm back in the other lane. I hit the wall. I'm like, oh shit, my car.
I don't want to drive either.
Like my car is about to
you.
flip over the
I
fucking
got you.
median.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro. And the shitty part is whoever did it like kept going. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been involved in like 2 accidents like that. Like people just hit me. I'm like, bro, like for what? Like, you just driving fast for no reason. Like Houston, I think 45, man. 45 is probably like one of the most dangerous freeways that we have in the like nation. So
what's it like 80?
Man, it's like 60, bro. 65.
I know it's one speed limit in Texas. It's like 70 or 80.
It's a road kind of by Austin that's like 80, but I mean that's fairly empty. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like outside the city. But Houston, what are we like the 4th most populous town or city? So there's always people on the road, man, and it's just, especially when it rains, it's just like, man, let's see how fast we can go. I'm like, bro, like,
not today.
This shit is crazy. Like,
Oh, we're supposed to ask you what's in the cooler. Oh, there's a cooler.
oh, what's in the? Oh man, so man, that cooler's empty. That cooler's actually empty. So I brought over here to my friend. I brought him some Bang and some Gatorade Fast Twitch because he's like a energy drink junkie, and I'm like, I don't need all this shit, bro. You can have. So it's like some Pepsi perks, basically.
Flying Dog and Guinness also has mint julep.
Okay, so
there it is. No more mint julep for us.
My credit score goes up each time I take a pic with them.
See.
That's cat, man. It's so much fun, man. Hey, I bet we ask him where he's at right now, bro. He probably in like another city, like doing mayor shit. Right
I think he was in Dallas earlier.
Exactly.
Yesterday.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro.
Shaking hands, kissing babies. That's what the mayors do.
Yeah. I seen him out there with that collab, man. I said, did you autograph it for the people or what, man?
Oh, he be autographing?
So he autographed y'all can, bro.
When we was on the show, he ain't tell us that he was that famous. He just said his name was ringing bells in these streets, but he ain't say it was like that.
There's no
Yo,
autograph
can you send us Kendrick? Can you send us an autograph can? But since Odell's lieutenant mayor, the governor, whatever, since he got some part of Texas locked down, Odell, you need to sign a big O on there too.
Man, listen, bro. I didn't even know he sent y'all that shit. Like that's how it be going down, man. Like.
Yeah, he said as soon as he got there, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to send you out some cans." I'm like, "All right, thank you."
Appreciate it.
Man, he might be the biggest trader in Texas, man. That man boxes every day, bro. Like, I'm lazy, man. Don't ask me to send y'all shit, bro.
Thanks for letting us know.
Kendrick, man, can you help me? I need to get this package out, man. I don't know what I'm doing, man.
All right, now, at least you know strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trade. I'm not even going to say I'm going to.
I did trade for a little while, but then I was like, man, I just kind of like burnt out of.
Like I just fly out there. It's
the packing for me. Even too. I worked at. I used to work for WellPod for a little bit. I was doing their social media, and I don't know if you guys know about WellPod shippers. They are. They do those shipper boxes. They make it like super easy, super convenient. So I always had the boxes, and I'm like, man, let me, I'll trade with you.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. He'd say unless your autograph is on the can too, his signature wouldn't even matter.
Man, he with that smoke today, man. Like, what the fuck is happening right now, bro? Like, I can't escape, bro. Sheesh.
Y'all funny.
Bro, this out of all the collabs and stuff, bro, I ain't never put my face on that can, bro. This man got his whole face on the can, bro. That's the next level of shit right there, dog. I was telling the homie Ken at Hot Topic. I was like, man, bro, we gotta do something. I said, and he had the sticker. He had that sticker of Kendrick and Smidox from the beer they did. Like, the label, they made some stickers too, because they, famous shit.
Right.
I was like, man, Ken, bro, we gotta do this, bro. We might have to steal this idea and put our face on the can, bro. So I think that might be next, man. I might have to put my face on the can so I could get to that next level.
Wow.
It is.
Wow.
Hey,
why not? Why not?
I mean, because you can kind of you can do, especially with the Mario lettering. You can really make something really cool.
You can make you can make your own like Bowser or your own Mario character.
Hey, that might be cool right there.
Yeah. That's what you should do. That instead of putting your actual face on the can, make your cartoon Mario character.
Yeah.
Your Mario Kart character. Yeah. I like that.
Without taking off without the infringement part.
I mean, have we infringed already? It seems infringing.
No, because I think if you change enough, it doesn't matter. From what I know, because even if you like use your color scheme, if you do enough differentness in terms of what it is.
Well, what's differentness? I wonder.
Well, it's a font, so now the Mario font doesn't matter because it's a font now, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, Mario has his own font that you can buy, or that's legally able to use.
It might not even be called the Mario font. It just looks like Mario.
Yeah,
it's probably called the Mario font. I would say.
In my my Photoshop, it says Super Mario font on it.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
They
Who
already
else got
signed
that
up.
font? It's like the Disney font. Like they say straight up, this is Disney.
Oh well, then,
Yeah.
then they already signed off on using their font.
Mm-hmm.
To Adobe at least, or whoever.
Yeah, somebody getting paid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Somebody definitely gonna get paid.
There's like so many things you can do in there too. So and I don't think they have
$32. God damn.
Yo,
I don't got it. Odell, I don't got it. I gotta get free cans when your face on it.
That's a lot of money, man.
That's a lot of money, man.
That's inflation, bro.
Oh,
That's inflation, man.
Jeez, I don't even want to buy a 6-pack for that much of your beer with your face on it. Can I get your beer for free?
So
that ABV gotta be crazy.
So now we on prices, right? What's the most expensive that you paid for like a 4-pack?
I think it might have been $30-something actually.
30? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, what was it though? What kind of beer was it?
It was it was a Dogfish. It was the Worldwide Stout, I believe it was.
Okay, that's about right.
It wasn't a 4-pack, but I don't know. I don't want to say that.
But I actually paid like 30-something for. I paid 30-something for a like a 500 milliliter too one time.
Yeah, that's 500.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. I bought a lambic for like 22. It was just a bottle. It was just one bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, lambic is kind of like, especially if you like a Cantillon, they probably gonna take.
I really like it. I really like lambics too. I like lambics and sours and
yeah, man.
But the 500 milliliter was like it was a stout. It had a decent ABV.
Mm-hmm.
All of them pretty much that I spent more than I probably should have.
But I'm usually around like $22 a 4-pack.
Yeah, so that's
like I'm if it's that much, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be good. Yeah. Like fucking Secret Machine is my favorite beer right now, and they like $21, $22 for a 4-pack, and
that's perfect.
I'll blow that money. Like, and they got my money anytime they drop something. They don't even gotta drop new shit. I don't care if it's in the brewery, if it's in the beer shop. I go. I'm coming out. Oh yeah, that's his wife, Odell. That's his wife. Like $30. That's a different account. That's a separate account.
One time only.
So I saw that $30 pop up.
One time only.
Hey, she on your head now.
Right. It's funny because it was funny because I didn't ask the price when I picked it up.
It's still delicious.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this one. Then I went and rung it up, and I said, at that point, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat it.
I'm already here.
Yeah.
I'm already here.
I can't go back now. How about you? What's the most expensive one bottle or 4-pack you bought?
Man, I want to say for $7.50. So I would pay the tax for Angry Chat, right? So. I got a homie that stays in Tampa. I'm like, hey man, if you get this for me, man, just get 2. I'll buy you one, bro. Like I need it, bro. It's crack. So I was buying. So that's like $60 for like 2 bottles.
Right.
But of course, like if you going to pick it up for me, I'm gonna pay the tax.
Right.
Like, I'm not expecting nobody to do something for me for free.
Exactly.
That mule tax.
So $30 a bottle.
About probably like 30 a bottle. You know.
Okay. Let me ask y'all both a question. What will make y'all guys go up what will make your guys go up in your price? Like what will make you pay $40, $50 for the bottle?
Man, you know what? I think 40 probably was. I want to say there's some beers that's been 40 because if you look at say like a brewery like Anchorage, all they beers be 500s and they be like 35 to 40, but they making some really good shit and it's hard to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody was saying that was like one of their favorite beers that they had. I don't remember who it was.
It's Anchorage.
Anchorage. Yeah.
So they don't distribute either, do they?
Man, they do. They Alaska. So they
Anchorage. Okay.
Yeah. So they distro. I don't even want to call it distro. A lot of times they'll have beer, and they'll do some beer on Tabor.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, that's one of those places to
Alaska hard to get to. That's going to be a hard site for me to get to.
Yeah, then too, I think they only sell the beer to like residents. So it's like you are outsider. I don't know if they say
What?
You gotta get a fake Alaska.
Yeah,
driver's license.
Right, you gotta get a
Like,
Alaska
yo,
ID.
and they're like,
Yo.
yo, black ass is not.
Yo, what if you
bro.
go? What if you get all the way up there? Yo, and you
Oh, I
can't get no beer.
Oh, and I never did research this because I'm like, one, I'm probably never gonna go to Alaska. So I'm just like, all right. Whatever the rumor is, I'll just let it be.
Oh.
Yeah, any people from Alaska, let me know. You gotta be a resident. Any
Right.
people who have been to Alaska, let me know. You gotta be a resident to get the beer. That's harsh. These beer rules be changing state to state. Is wild.
All
You
right,
might-
you pay for
oh, look.
you pay $50 for a $750.
Oh yeah, forgers is taxing, and I'm like, bro, why is it this expensive? But I'm pretty sure they gave him like, you know, that government discount. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, Kendrick been doing this a lot. He been in the chat a lot. But Odell, you broke the record, bro. Like people in here are just talking to you.
Hey, man,
Maybe you are the governor. Maybe you are the governor,
I'm
man.
just a nice guy, man.
You know, people out here dropping chats and saying hello to you. And I don't know, man. I feel like
I'm just a nice guy, bro. Like
you are. You're a very nice
Oh,
guy.
that's what a politician is.
Bro.
Absolutely. And they always say how nice they are. They always say how nice they are. You got the free insurance. You doing good. You got the free car. I see you. I see you out there, Odell, kissing the babies. Go ahead,
you were
man.
talking about Tampa Beer Week. Even though it's still in its infancy stage, Miami Beer Week is coming up there. I think it's a good time. We went last year.
You going there for that?
Yeah, Miami Beer Week could be the same round time.
We're going to Miami Beer Week, Odell.
Nice. So
Yeah.
that would entail going to what breweries you were here?
Tripping Animals.
Jay Wakefield.
Jay Wake. Okay.
Jake.
And I think they pull in Fort Lauderdale too. So you have Orchestrated Minds.
And our boy opened up. Didn't he open up down there?
Dream State, yeah.
Yeah.
So it pulls in a little. So it pulls in like Fort Lauderdale as well. But then you have the Lincoln Beer.
That's a 30-minute ride though, Odell. Miami to Fort Lauderdale, 30 minutes.
Well, no, that's not that bad.
Now you all right with that?
I thought
it's like an hour and 20 round trip though.
I've done that 20 minutes because at one point I had to fly into I guess Miami or something to go to Fort Lauderdale. Some weird shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we gotta fly into Fort Lauderdale and then drive to wherever.
Well, I think people only on this chat because this must be some bots or something, man.
No,
oh man, it's his name. It says his name every time.
Kendrick, man, Kendrick got that government shit on here, bro. Like they probably using his resources right now, man.
Yeah, so what office will you be running for in Houston in the next couple years?
None, bro.
None. Okay.
Bro.
You may be slacking on your potential.
Nah, Houston does not have a beer week, man. I started kind of like trying to work on that, and then it like fell through. And then I'm just like, man, are people really gonna come here for the same like IPAs? Like, let me ask y'all this. On some real shit.
No.
Let me ask y'all this, bro.
No.
Is anybody in y'all's area saying like, hey, I want this beer from Houston? And it's not to shit on Houston, it's just
now you said you had 60 breweries. That shocked me. I didn't know. I didn't know that y'all had a lot.
Some people say some things about Urban South and stuff like that. Like some people say,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Rob is the only person that can answer that question out of the two of us right here. I don't know nothing. Like I love breweries, but they not around me. Like if it's like out of sight, out of mind. It's hard. Breweries all over the place. Yeah, I ain't going no goddamn place for IPA. They can kiss my ass.
Yeah, and I just I think Urban South is the one that do the juvie beer. Ain't that the one that got the juvie beer now? The juvenile beer? Ain't that the collab he did with? Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just did the juvenile beer. I think Urban South did the juvenile beer collab.
I don't even think that's a beer. I think it's like something else.
I didn't read I just seen him holding them up and it said Urban South. So I don't even know what it was.
I don't think that's beer. It's like a seltzer or something. It might be like a beer mix or something.
Maybe you don't like beer. He said, nah. I need
that's the location in that's the location out there in New Orleans. So the one here, they marketed the one here as a research and development, but it kind of just do its own thing.
But they got the 2 facilities, one in New Orleans. Okay,
Wow,
okay.
So maybe people only want the one in New Orleans. Maybe they don't want the one in Houston. I don't know. But I think if it's if you actually have a beer week and you make it known, I think that people would switch up, not just do IPAs. I think they would they would go out
and the person whoever's facilitating the beer, like whoever's producing this beer week, you gotta let it's months in advance, so they have plenty of time to put on their schedule.
So like travel,
we're gonna do no. I'm just talking about the breweries. Like,
the breweries.
We're not gonna make an IPA. We're gonna make that person over there is making an IPA. We're gonna make the sour. We'll make the lager. We can have a variety of different beers being made, and then you can still come in the brewery. And if you want an IPA, we got that for you. But for beer week, this is the beer that we like. I feel like beer week should be like, for the breweries involved, it should be a beer festival, like a one-off. Like, we're gonna do a one-off. If it's good, we'll keep making it. But this is our contribution to beer week, right? Yeah. Exactly. So, and there's so many breweries down there. Like, it's no way that y'all shouldn't have one, and people making more than just IV. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, because we wrapping up our
we just finished this tomorrow. Today or tomorrow? Today's the last day. Yeah,
but they did collabs and like some of the local.
Yeah, there's a bunch of one-offs and a bunch of different just events circled around beer. So not even like, if you don't want to make a one-off, we could still taste your beer behind this art project that they did. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just beer-centered events down.
No, it's always good to throw it's always good to throw a festival in there if you can. To kind of to be the anchor of the beer week, but
I was gonna say, Odell, like, y'all the 4th largest city in America. Like, y'all don't need people to come in for the beer week to be good. Like, if all Houston and Texas people come, y'all still sell out. You know what I mean? Like an hour radius of the breweries is gonna be is like a fucking 100 million people. You only need a million.
That's I guess I'm looking at it too, like, in my experience, like, as far as like traveling, right? So I'm like, okay,
because you're the foreigner, you're the outsider coming into Tampa.
Like, man, I've been Denver, I've been to like GABF to where it's like, it ain't just Denver people. It's like, man, I traveled for this. So I'm like, I guess for a Houston Beer Week, I always like, well, are people going to travel for this?
So think about GBAF for the infancy. Think about Tampa Beer Week in its infancy. Like, Wilmington Beer Week, people not traveling for Wilmington Beer Week, but it's still successful. And as it grows, like, we 15, 16 years into this particular beer week, then maybe you have people flying in and out. It's like, I'm making sure that that's on my agenda for next year and stuff like that. But
even if they just come for the first one and they go to True Anomaly, like, you know what, this beer is it. So now they have and they start traveling and they hit up some of the local ones, and but then it becomes, because that's kind of how like Miami Beer Week started. Like, when we went down there, I'm like, oh, the festival was dope, but then I went to the other breweries as well. Like, I got to make sure I put Miami Beer Week on my calendar every year.
Right. Yeah, I think it's like, y'all have so many people in the city, like, you always want people to come out from outside, but you don't need that to start a beer week. Like, you don't have to even worry about people coming at the airport for like, your beer week is within the constraints of that big ass city that you live in.
So we got to get that clear with the mayor first too.
Look, the governor got to clear it out too, man. The governor got to kiss a couple babies and shake some hands and make it work too, man. Now, don't get it twisted. Y'all a collaboration. Y'all together.
It's a hard sauce for tea.
I knew it wasn't a beer.
That makes sense. I knew
it wasn't a beer, man.
I don't drink no beer. Nah. So I get it. Oh, there you go. That's how she felt about Southern Grit. So yeah. So if once it do it, and you get the mayor and the governor together, I think y'all can
listen.
And you said something about the newspaper, because it was the Houston Chronicle.
Know people at the Chronicle. Like, just make a phone call.
Beer Chronicle Houston, they a blog.
Oh, why? That works. That helps.
Beer people probably be frequenting the Beer Chronicle Houston, I'm sure.
Yeah, so y'all get together. Y'all got Houston Beer Week sometime, and you said it's like 90 degrees right now.
Listen, you want to collab? You want to collab? Like, fly us out, man. Fly us out, and we will do a podcast in Houston for Houston Beer Week. We'll set it. We'll do the first. We'll do the first one. We'll be there opening day. Do the podcast. Set it off. Some dudes from Delaware knocking out Houston Beer Week.
You gotta see if the mayor can get you on the PJ, man.
Bro, I am talking to the lieutenant governor. I'm talking to the governor. I don't need to talk to the mayor. I got the governor on the line.
He said you got more pull.
I got the governor. Kendrick, I got him on the line. I'm talking to him right now. I know what I'm doing. Thank you for your help. Thank you for letting me know who the man really is in this situation. I think after our conversation, we found out it's both of y'all. It's both of y'all.
Yeah,
so do Houston Beer Week 2024. Fly Brews and Banter podcast out. We'll go ahead and do it for a nominal fee. Basically like the flight and free beers.
It's like the
Not a lot. It's not a lot.
It's like the headliner tour that they had Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and Kevin Hart. You just take turns being who's the headliner. Take turns who the headliner is.
I don't even need to be the headliner. I'm
just talking about sometimes it's Kendrick, sometimes sometimes
got you. Yeah.
But they all headliners.
Y'all take turns. Y'all both superstars. That's what we saying.
All right.
No boosting our podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people love hear from folks down in Houston. And hey, throwing some other Houston celebrities, maybe get them involved in the beer week. They're gonna be popping.
Yeah, man.
I'll forget some of the Houston rappers off the top of my head.
Paul Wall.
Oh yeah. Man, I actually went to the rodeo on Friday for Bun B takeover.
Oh, this is actually perfect because
cool,
if it's around the rodeo as well, you can definitely put the
come on. You went to the Bun B rodeo?
Yeah, I went on Friday.
Bun B is sponsoring a rodeo?
So Bun B does the Black Heritage Night. And so he did last year he did Houston takeover, and then this year he did like Southern takeover. And it had like a bunch of different artists, man. Like I saw Scarface, Erykah Badu.
Behind the Bulls.
Well, after the rodeo is over, they set up the concert.
That's awesome.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this actually is a good anchor for Houston Beer Week.
Hey, that's
the Houston rodeo. Yeah,
we have to do it around rodeo time.
Yeah,
there you go. 2024 Houston Beer Week Bun B rodeo.
10%, baby.
No, Bruising Banner opening up at the rodeo. Bruising Banner gonna do the rodeo show. Oh goddamn, yo, he large. Yo, so you know Bun B's phone number, yo? That's what you just said. I feel like you said that.
Man, you know what, bro? What's crazy is I went to a sneaker summit one time with my cousin. And apparently he used to like bootleg like movies and shit, right? And so we saw Bun B. He starts talking to my cousin. He knows him by name. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know Bun? He's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah. So at the end, he was like, hey, man, I got to do this interview. But, hey, come back by in an hour. Come see me in an hour. Man, an hour go by. We go back to Bun. Bun hands my cousin a pair of like $500 like dunks and was like, here you go. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, how did this man just give you some expensive shoes? Like, he's like, man, I just know him because I used to do bootleg movies, and I never tried to like my friends that were rappers and shit. Like, I never tried to like plug him. I just did my business and kept it moving. Like, I thought, okay, shit.
Yo, so governors always gotta know people in all different types of places. Like, you gotta have the unions vote, you gotta have the police vote, you gotta have all these people's votes, man. And like that's what people like you do. And we 2 degrees from Bun B right now. Man, I feel like we could perform at this rodeo if we like, let's manifest this rodeo.
So, you know, the performance slots are like 2 songs per person.
Yo, I only need 5 minutes at the rodeo. The Houston Beer Week rodeo featuring Bun B and Lou and Rob and Yoda. Like shit,
might have to make it happen, bro.
Go ahead and call your sneaker guy to call Bun B.
Yeah, man, we don't have to make it happen.
Houston Beer Week gonna look like it's gonna be popping in 2024.
Look, 2 Delaware niggas in the Odell that made this fucking shit happen. Let them be known.
And the rodeo is crazy. Like, that shit is packed, bro. Like,
I bet it is. Yo, rodeos are dope. I've been to a rodeo or 2 in my time. Rodeos are really
fun. Because I know it's a big deal in
Houston. And Houston is really like a 3-in-1 event if you think about it. Because right now, you know, you have the carnival that's there, like even if you don't go to the rodeo shit,
Right.
the carnival
It's
that's
at the same site.
is at the same site.
Mm-hmm,
So you have the carnival shit going on, then you have the rodeo. Then when the rodeo finishes, you have whatever like musical guests they're gonna have that
Right.
night. So
every night is some musical,
I think
different
it's every
musical
night. I
guest.
think it's every night is somebody different.
Okay, how long is the rodeo for? How
The
many
rodeo is, I think it's like 20 days.
days? What the? I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was part of Beer Week. I thought it was part of Houston Beer Week.
The rodeo, the
that's
Houston,
like a
I
beer
think,
weekend.
I think this is the biggest rodeo like in the world. I think.
Yeah.
It seems like it. Yeah,
In America, at least.
3-week rodeo.
That's just like 20 days, bro. And then
Yo,
before
they
the
put it on
rodeo,
TV. They put it on TV for an hour and a half every 4 months.
then the rodeo, like the weekend before it starts, they have like this shit called like the cook off. So it's like a barbecue cook-off thing that kicks off the rodeo. So,
So maybe the beer week might
The
get
beer week
lost.
should be paired because it could be paired with the barbecue. The beer be paired with the barbecue restaurants.
It's a big thing. Like,
and look, and the finale of the Houston Beer Week will be the same. Will be the kickoff of the rodeo 20 days month cycle.
20 rodeo, man. You guys are down to wear like some cowboy hats and shit, like my boy Shannon, man.
Sure enough, partner.
Yeah.
Howdy, partner. Just don't call me no cowboy. Don't do that. Don't do that. We fly high over here.
Like,
fly high over here. Huh?
I showed up on Friday. My cousin had on a whole rodeo fit, bro. I was like, bro, you normally have on J's. What's happening? Man,
Just for the occasion, bro.
Man, I bought this today. I'm like, what the fuck? Man had a whole hat and everything, hat, boots. Like,
yes. I feel like it's so
here.
easy. It's so easy to get decked out real quick.
I say, damn, I'm underdressed. I got on the hoodie. I'm out here thugging, bro.
You ain't go to the rodeo right. You ain't got the right outfit for the rodeo. He was dressed appropriately.
Well, he just don't do it because of the Eagles. That's the why he's saying don't call me.
Yeah, don't call me that. I'll dress up like one, but don't call me that. I'm never gonna be one of that.
I ain't about to talk football right now.
You don't want to talk football. You a Texans fan?
Hell no. I'm a Cowboys fan, man.
No, that's even worse.
And that's where we're in this podcast.
Yeah, that's a great place to wrap up. We'll wrap up in Odell's misery.
but don't get me wrong, bro. I like players from every team, but I'm a Cowboys.
Most Cowboy fans of your generation do like players from other teams because their team sucks.
I'll take that on the chin, man.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that, bro. We not good, bro. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I like realistic Cowboy fans. I like realistic ones.
Man,
you're a realistic one. I respect.
Yeah, man.
We feel sorry for you.
To this very
Commanders. You're right. It's Commanders.
Commanders, man.
Y'all the Commandos. Ain't they the Commodores? They're the Commodores. She don't never say
that is the worst name in sports history, bro. They should have just left that shit to Washington
football team. That was a good name. That was one of the best names ever.
Yeah,
the Washington football team. That was a good name.
I like that one better.
But the Commandos.
Oh, so
the Commanders?
Y'all think they're gonna sell that team to Bill Gates? Is it Bill Gates that wants to buy it, or is it?
I think he's not gonna sell the team unless they force him out.
It's Bezos, Jeff
I
Bezos.
think they veto. He can't do it because he owns the Washington Post or something like that. They say he can't.
Oh, because he can influence.
He owns too much shit.
Yeah. He trying to get monopoly on Washington.
Bezos, right? Yeah, that was Bezos.
I don't think the board going. They got forced him out like Donald Sterling. Like they're not going. He's not leaving.
NBA
making too much money. Like they make too much money over there.
The NBA was not having that shit, bro. First of all, they probably got 90% black people playing in the league.
Right.
Like it ain't but a few like white guys that's playing, so it's just like, nah, bro, we got to be out of there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they feel that same way about
I think he won he won like $7 billion, something like that. So
man, so
$7 billion for the team.
The thing with Snyder is it's a lot of shit. Like this man then took out a $55 million loan.
Yeah.
Partners didn't know about it. Like it's a lot of crazy.
And then he like investigating other owners. So like if they try to I'm just gonna drop everything I found out about y'all.
I got
y'all try to get me up out of here.
I got that smoke for y'all.
All this black man.
I think he the one that leaked that Jerry Jones picture, man. He had
Probably.
the
Oh man, that's a great
He definitely had it.
pull
He
by
definitely
you.
had
That's
it.
a great pull. Because look, that thing been out. Everybody everybody knew about Jerry Jones. It's like, yo, why isn't a picture out? He lived in Arkansas. Like, of course there was a picture out.
Man, come on.
He definitely, yeah, Dan Snyder
It
definitely
just
got
happened
that
to come out this week.
That's all, man. But yeah, man, for you to take out a $55 million loan, your business partners don't know about, like, it's a lot of shit happening right there.
Yeah.
I don't even want to take out a $2,500 loan. How you like how you need that much money? Like how you not had it?
Bro, this man,
I don't understand quote unquote wealthy rich people. I don't get it.
They said that he put the logo on his private plane and charged them for advertising. Nigga, you own the team. What you fucking mean, bro? Bro. It's a lot of head scratching.
That organization is the worst, man.
Bro,
I'm sorry if you're a Commandos fan, but y'all organization just go to the Ravens. The Eagles is live. Like, we here for you. The Ravens is there for you. Y'all got plenty of options.
Man, listen, the
Ravens don't go to Dallas.
The Ravens about to be in some shit too because they don't want to pay Lamar.
Yo, the word on the street. This is a dumb rumor, but I heard they going to trade them to the Commodores.
I did just see that.
I heard it was. I don't know for what, but I heard Eric Bieniemy want him, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be all right if y'all give me Lamar Jackson." So maybe he's gonna go to the Commandos.
Man, that's tough, bro. Like,
hell to the Commandos.
The Raiders are in shambles too, man. The Raiders, man, it's a lot of teams that can just go away, like.
But that's what the parody. That's what the parody of NFL is like. In any given week, at any given week, you could just be any given year, you could be the best team in the league. Like this time last year, no Eagles fans thought we was going to go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And then we did. Then we went to the Super Bowl. Like, it's so much parody. It's some team that we don't know. Like the Bengals were trash 3 years ago. Now they got perennially in the AFC Championship fighting Patrick Mahomes.
But I knew Burrow was gonna be the truth, man. I like Burrow, man.
I didn't know he was gonna be as good as he is.
Yeah, because a lot of times them super inflated college stats don't translate.
Right. And he had to transfer because he couldn't even make third string at Ohio State, which was, in hindsight, he was the best quarterback there. Yeah. And the coach was Urban Meyer, and Urban Meyer ain't a good coach. So
Urban Meyer's not.
Well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he wasn't ready then.
You think that may have been?
And the style that Urban Meyer was doing, he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't mobile as much.
But that's so weird though. Like all these quarterbacks and all these coaches have these styles, and if you're a 5-star, 4-star recruit, you have the right to pick the style and coach that you want to play with most times. So it's weird. Like, he's a such and such quarterback, but he goes to this style of coaching. And they wonder why it didn't work. Like, I can see if you're drafted into the NFL, that's one thing. But like, you're at college, you have the choice. You could pick the college and the coach that you want to be with.
I got an off the wall question, but I feel like I'm the only one drinking, man. I'm like 4 beers in, and I don't see no cups moving. Bro, like,
we done, man. We done. We do one can, maybe 2. And I got stuff to do after this. Like, I'm not a functional ABV guy. Like, my ABV function is 0. That's how I function.
I told you I'm still holding this can. I got this can.
Man, if you open that can, bro, you got this share of that can, bro.
I got water. Odell, I got water.
You just want to show that. You just
I just say I had water.
I see how it is, man.
I'm drinking water here.
All right. There you got more questions for Odell.
Nah, man. Thank you very much for coming on the show, man. It's been a good time.
We want to thank Odell for coming through.
Yeah, man.
Glad you can join us for episode 197. Before we go, we always like to know how people can find out more about Brew Bros and how they can get in contact or follow your journey. Yep. How can people find out about Brew Bros?
You can actually, I'm very active on Insta. It's at Brew Bros HTX. And we also have a website, man. I got a website with the mayor, man. It's called pintbros.com. You can check us out on there. It's not like super active, but when we do have merch stuff, we'll put our merch on that one.
Okay, Paint Bros.
Nice.
It's like they're coming together.
Yeah, man.
All right, Lou.
Oh man, you guys know me, man. I've been out here for like 197 of these episodes. My name is Lou Belgium, and I'm on them Instagrams.
All right. Shout out to I am 302 Yoda. That's how you can find them on Instagram.
He on them Instagrams too.
Yes, indeed. You can find Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bruising Banter Podcast. You can even go to www.bruisingbanter. I know I have to answer Tamar's questions about the merch, but yeah, as you can go to merch and get the merch if you want to on the site as well. If you want to follow me, and you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to the podcast, even iHeart and Pandora. And you can just say, Alexa, play Bruising Banter Podcast because we are on Amazon Music as well. You can, if you want to follow me, Rob G, Rob Stay Bruising. There it is. Bing, 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 bing. And remember to check us out March 25th.
March 25th. If you're in the area, if you're in driving distance, Odell.
Hey man, listen, bro. Y'all can send us some cans and just autograph them, bro. That's all we want.
Yeah, I'm definitely autographing every can I send. Every can I send that I'm autographing for sure.
Now it will be in bottles. We will give that up. It won't be.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't. I was still trying to throw them off the scent. I'm still trying to throw them off the scent.
Listen, bro. I think I know the style already, but I'm not gonna say nothing. But
yeah, you can say it off air. You say we about to be done in 30 seconds. You can say it after that.
Again, March 25th, our 200th episode and beer release, Autumn March Beer Project, 5 to 9 p.m. We got music. There'll be a food truck there. You got a DJ. It's going to be a good time. So if you are in the area, definitely go to the website and check us out. Once again, I want to thank Odell and the Brew Bros for coming through.
We'll have our beer reveal about 5:06. On March the 25th, you guys will know all about it at that date. Or maybe Rob will let y'all have little tidbits as we go along. Maybe he'll tell you the ABV. Maybe he'll hint out like a letter in the style, something of that nature. You know, any adjuncts, if there's an adjunct. Or maybe we just did the 4 ingredients that need to be made for beer. You never know. There is water in there. There is water there.
There is water.
Malt. There's malt.
And until next time,
have a good week, everyone.
Peace.
All right, man. Peace, guys.
Yeah. Trillo G in this bitch. Yo, grab. I don't know if we ride something old and classic or something new and foreign, but we riding on these niggas. Baby, I'm a star. And my constellation's the Big Dipper. Your lady call me